The NFL season has ended, but that doesn't mean we can't talk about what's in store for the future of the league. And in this video, I'm going to give my 2 cents about the Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff trade. There have been talks about Matthew Stafford leaving Detroit after years and years and years of disappointment, as his talent had just been squandered on a troubled franchise. And now the time has finally come, and after 12 years with the Lions, it's finally over. Now, it wasn't like Matt hated Detroit. I mean, he had every right to, but it was the right thing to do for his career. Talking to the owner, Ford Hamp, was extremely tough for Stafford after spending years repping the Motor City, and before the meeting, he even texted his wife, "Well, here we go." Most players would jump at the opportunity to leave a franchise like the Lions, but as a loyal, hardworking, and underrated player, Stafford loved the grind and would have loved to stay if there seemed to be any other option. Matt even admitted that, "I never thought I would finish my career anywhere else. But in order to win a championship, you have to make sacrifices." And like the big purple dude, he sacrificed his home and a comfortable situation for the betterment of his career. Keep in mind that Stafford is not young, and at age 33, he doesn't have much time left. Unless he's trying to play like Brady, who wants to keep playing till he's 50. But you get the point. Stafford doesn't have many more playing years, and needs a much better team around him in order to win. The problem has always been the Lions are always bad, and it's really difficult to win games when the team around you is awful. And the Lions have been awful for a while, except for players like Megatron, who by the way just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, so congrats. And on the other side of the ball, Ndamukong Suh. But other than stars like those two, there have always been a lack of talent in Detroit, and the future did not look any brighter for Matt with the time that he had left in the league. As a result of the horrible team around him, Matt has never been able to play in those big games. And now with the Rams, it seems like there will be much more chances to show just how good he can be. The chance to play in big games was important in his decision, and although he would have loved to stay in Detroit the next 10 years and win 2 Super Bowls, it wasn't realistic, and Matt knew it, and is hoping to be in a much better situation in LA. Although it was an extremely tough decision, Stafford knew that changes were looming, as Detroit was looking to rebuild with their focus on younger talent, with a brand new running back in DeAndre Swift, a new corner in Jeff Okudah, and a bunch of draft picks. Not only have the Lions got a bunch of young talent, but they also got a new head coach in Dan Campbell, and a new GM in Brad Holmes, who might not have plans with Stafford as the leader of the Lions. Detroit's next goal is to get out of the dreaded middle space in the NFL, where you aren't good enough for the playoffs, but not bad enough for picks. So you're just kind of stuck. In his opinion, Matthew is good enough to win 6, 7, 8 games, because he knows how to win enough to stay in the middle of the pack. But even he knows, I probably wasn't enough by myself to help the team win more than that. Matt is already ahead of the game as he knows his talent, and getting Detroit to the playoffs in a division with the Packers, who were just 5 points away from the Super Bowl, is a challenge on its own. The meeting with Hamp and the Lions top dogs, see what I did there?
White people, white people, white people.
Okay, fine. Well, the meeting surprised Matt, as the people in control had an immense respect for him, and as a result were fine with his decision to leave. The meeting went so well that, after leaving the building, he texted his wife. That went about as well as it possibly could. After texting his wife, Stafford decided to talk to some of the guys closest to him on the team, some of his old linemen in Taylor Decker and Frank Ragnow, who told him quite simply, "Go get a gold jacket, man." With support from all around, the time for Matt in Detroit had come to an end, and it was only a matter of time before he would learn where he'd be heading next. Stafford's mind raced with possible landing spots, from Indy to Washington, and funny enough, during the heated trade talks, him and his family were in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, and he walked by a hot tub where coincidentally, Rams lineman Andrew Whitworth was hanging out, and they even joked about the Rams and how they were going to make a run for him. The timing of all this was absolutely insane, and seemed to be a sign of the times, as only a few hours later, Stafford was officially an LA Ram. The call caused a whirlwind of emotions to ensue with Stafford and his family, and although he was excited, it was a major moment for Stafford's career and an insane change in what had been a 12-year stint in the Motor City. Stafford had given his all to the Lions, and now it was time to shift his focus to the bright lights and sandy beaches in LA. It may seem like a difficult change on its own, but the added injuries make this a long journey ahead. Matt had a partially torn UCL in his right thumb that has lingered since his Turkey Day matchup against the Texans, and he still has to wear a sleeve on his arm because of it. Upon that, he broke cartilage in his rib against Green Bay, tore something in the back of his knee, and has a right ankle sprain. But these are the least of his worries, and his focus has shifted towards, where am I going to get the money to pay the mortgage? And how am I going to get my car from here to there?
That's tough.
Stafford's time might have ended in Detroit, but it is only the start of a new chapter in LA. And although he might be 2,000 miles away, he's gonna miss the hell out of this place. On the other side of the swap is the young buck and Jared Goff. Out of Cali, Jared didn't have to go far and just took a flight down the coast to his home for 5 years with the LA Rams. Goff and the new head coach, Sean McVay, fit like a glove together. And the two, along with a crazy star-studded roster, with players like Aaron Donald, Gurley, Cooks, Woods, and Kupp, seemed to be unstoppable. In 2018, they kind of were, as they made it all the way to the Super Bowl after a very suspicious call in New Orleans that led to them getting beat down in Atlanta. And although hopes were high after the game, it was the last time that they were at the biggest stage in the world, as players like Gurley and Cooks left for Atlanta and Houston. And as a result, the team has been in the midst of a huge upheaval, as nearly every area of the team is changing. And Goff is the last in a cascade of trades. Goff played really well in 2017 and 2018, as the Rams' exciting, high-powered offense led the team to a revival. And even in 2020, they made it all the way to the divisional round, but lost to the Packers, as they look like a much different team from the one assembled in 2017. Goff has always been seen as a good quarterback, that in many ways is a product of a great coaching scheme in LA, and this trade to Detroit is his chance to prove whether or not the critics were right. The trade itself even showed how the Rams believed that Stafford was so much better than Goff that he required 2 first-round picks and a third-rounder just to be even. Nonetheless, the Lions see a future in Goff and believe he has what it takes to lead the team to a title with a plethora of picks and new talent that could hopefully make the team much better than they are now. Whether or not they actually do it, we'll just have to wait and see.
Now throws right side, Cooper Kupp behind the defense and caught the 30, gets through an ankle tackle to 20.
The fact that Stafford is no longer a Lion is a weird feeling, but it makes sense after years and years of disappointment. And the real surprise is the fact that the Rams decided to let go of Goff after a Super Bowl run in 2018 already. It seems like times have changed for the Rams, and they see Stafford as a solution to the problem that they've been facing for the past, honestly, 20 years. As the Rams have not won a Super Bowl since the days of the greatest show on turf with Kurt Warner, Falk, Holt, and Bruce. Since then, the Rams have never looked the same, and until recently, they have been one of the laughingstocks of the league. McVay changed that, and the future looks bright for the Rams, as Stafford is motivated to prove himself under the bright lights of LA. If I were to grade the trade on both sides, I would give the Rams a C+, and the Lions a B-, as the two are getting what seem to be franchise quarterbacks. And although I think Stafford is a better quarterback than Goff, I don't think he is 2 first-round picks good. But that's just my opinion of the swap. And leave yours in the comments down below.
Stafford, he steps away, and Stafford looking deep for Quintez Cephas. Cephas into the end zone. He's got it. That's a Lions touchdown.
Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe and like for more videos like this. But anyway, God bless and peace out.